All right. Okay, great. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Two Guys Reselling. Um, Now, funny thing about that, Two Guys Reselling, you're looking at this video, you only see one guy. So what's going on is Jeff, my partner in crime in this, he unfortunately he's outsourcing right now. He made an appointment to pick up a good collection. And so unfortunately, the schedules collided and he just couldn't be here. So we're going a little bit early today. And uh, I hope I didn't disrupt your schedule any. I didn't really think I would. All right. So I'm always super paranoid that when I'm streaming, you guys can't hear me. And the reason for that is because that's actually happened to me a few times. So that being said, if you see me looking around, that's what's actually happening. So hopefully the messaging system works. I hope it does. Let's see. So hopefully this gets out to everyone. Oops, so far it's just on YouTube, so I might have to run Facebook just to make sure the chats are coming through. Anyway, okay, that's a problem for me, and I'll deal with that later. All right. So that being said, at least I can see the things coming through on YouTube. Um, so that's not too shabby at all. So yep, I see the comment on YouTube. That's pretty cool. But Facebook, I'm not too sure, and Twitter doesn't have live messaging. You can't really, uh, you know, you can post something, but it's not like a conversation. So, oh, my good friend David gave us a thumbs up. Thank you, David. I appreciate it. This is pretty cool. All right, so let's get on with it. Let's talk about crushing this mystery. Um, if you're having trouble communicating with me on Facebook, just come on over to YouTube. Everything seems to be working there. Okay. So that being said, let's get this going. I started a little bit earlier today than we normally start. So I know I already said that. Don't give that a worry. We're talking about 5 simple tips to increase your sales. I'm going to concentrate on eBay's platform, but this will work on any platform whatsoever. The big reason behind a lot of these suggestions is simply Google search. Google is like the largest or most popular search engine on the planet Earth. Everybody's using it. It's become a verb. You've heard people say Google me, or I've Googled you, I Googled him, I Googled her. It's a verb today. So a lot of this stuff refers to Google and being found within their search engine. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to keep you. This is going to be a shorter than normal live video, just because everything's on me. I'm not able to bounce anything off of Jeff because he's not here. Now, I'm not holding anything against Jeff because I have had to miss my fair shares of the Two Guys Reselling on Tuesday, and Jeff's had to take it on his own. So, fair is fair. Okay. The biggest thing, we're going to do a screen share. Screen share. Oh, everything looks completely different on the screen. Screen share. right, all right. So as you can see, I got one of my listings, which is a Hot Wheels listing. I like selling Hot Wheels. It is a load of fun. Seriously, it's fun. If you like collecting Hot Wheels when you were a kid, you're definitely going to like selling them as an adult. Um, but that's neither here nor there. Here's the picture. As you can notice, it's got a solid gray background. Now, I did not pick that color of gray. That's actually white. I don't have my exposure set um, long enough for this to be completely white. I did buy a new box so I can improve this, make it a little bit brighter. So hopefully the product will pop a little bit better. But other than that, this will suffice. It will make sales. The one thing you don't want to do is see how busy this is. You don't want to put it on like a striped or paisley or wilderness background. So this is just basically a white background as my camera has interpreted it with the amount of white and light available to it. And this works for sales. I do fine with this. Um, so don't let that get you down. And as you can see, it's pretty common. Here's someone who's they don't care about the background whatsoever. It's just a wood panel background. Here's another person. It looks like they're shooting this out their window, and as you can see, because the light's in front of their camera, the bears are a little bit darker than they should be. And here's someone who's taking a picture on fabric. As you can see, the fabric kind of pulls in and it creates hard shadows around the object. Um, so, none of these are game killers. It's just Google prefers this type of background to these types of background. So that's what I've emulated here. It is definitely not perfect. That's why I bought the new light box. So here is a DVD movie that I'm selling. And as you can see, the background is pretty gray. I might have had a low light situation. In fact, I might even go back and retake this picture just so that it comes out a little bit better. Like, because I bought that new light box, it'll make all the pictures a bit brighter, cleaner. So now here's the thing. I do have a photo program that will remove this and make it a pure white background. Same thing on here. But you see these edges? Collectors like to go through and look at the edges. They want to see all the flaws, all the imperfections, all the dings. And a lot of them really look hard at the items before they buy them. So, they want to pick the best one that's available to them. If I edited this, what would happen is it would smooth my edges. And this is not a good example because these edges are completely smooth. In fact, this thing is like almost brand new, mint condition. The package is brand new looking, mint condition looking, the package itself, which is hard to do because a lot of times the edges will start peeling, the cardboard will start separating, you'll get some curl, and it's a less attractive collectible, less desirable, worth less money. All those factor in. So the collector wants to see it. And if I have an editing program that smooths the edges, when they get it, if they see smooth edges in the picture, but they get the product and it's got, frayed edges, bent edges, curled edges, the layers of cardboard is starting to separate. They want to see all of that, and an editing program will cut that or smooth it out, and the customer won't get the true look of it. Okay, so that's all I'm really going to say about pictures. Later on, when I've taken a decent amount of pictures with the new light box, and you can see how it's brighter, I will do another video very similar to this one, showing you guys the changes, the improvements, and whether or not it made an impact on sales at all. I'm thinking it's going to make an impact on sales because I've done this before where I've had some bad looking pictures and I've gone through and replaced the pictures, and it the item sold. It just went boom out the door. So that's where I'm at with pictures right now. Um, Use good searchable keywords in your titles. I can't stress this enough. This is very important. So this is the title. Notice the first words are Hot Wheels. I put Hot Wheels in there first because if someone's looking for Hot Wheel cars, those are the two words they're going to type first. Hot Wheels. Then I'm telling you what kind of Hot Wheels it is. Day of the Dead. Now, Day of the Dead, those words aren't real popular in English. So I went again, same statement, but in Spanish. Dia de los Muertos or Muertos. Anyway, more people will search that in Spanish than they will in English. So I'm making sure both are on there. And then it's a 2014 Corvette Stingray, numbers 3 of 5, new minting package. Bada boom. The new minting package, some people will not search for that. I put those in the title, not because they're searchable keywords, but for the scrollers. See, I'm taking all the customers into consideration. And I know when it comes to certain collectibles, some people will go to the term Hot Wheels and they'll just search Hot Wheels. And they like to scroll through all of them. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, well, that's, you know, tens of thousands of listings just with Hot Wheels. And you're not wrong. It might even be more than that because Hot Wheels are incredibly popular and they've been incredibly popular for as long as I can remember. Um, so, so I put new Minton package in the title right at the very end. It's 123123 It's 7 characters. I think those are well invested because again, the people who are scrolling through, they're just scrolling through, so they want to see that it's new Minton package versus something that is, new other open package, that type of thing. Now with movies are way easier. Yes, I have pre-owned good in the title again. Movies is they're one of those uh, categories or departments that people will scroll through. Um, a lot of times people will get bored and they'll just scroll through the DVD section, Blu-ray section, whatever. They do the same thing with video games. And a lot of other times people are searching for a very specific movie or television series, concert. So you want to make sure you start out with the title of the movie, TV series, or concert. In this case, it's My Big Fat Greek Wedding. It's a DVD and it came out in the year 2002. So you want to have all that pertinent information as well, um, because these are all things that people will search. Now, the pre-owned good, no one's going to be searching that. Nobody searches that. It's just there for the scrollers. I understand that. A lot of people will say this many characters would be better served with another keyword. I mean, they may not be wrong, but it's My Big Fat Greek Wedding. The only other keyword that's applicable that's not in the title are the words romantic comedy. So, and those are actually in the item specifics. But again, most people are not going to be left-handed searchers. The majority of the people just search from the title bar itself. Most customers don't drill down their searches either. Some do, I do, but most people don't do what I do. So take it or leave it. All right. So those are the two big tips that will help you the most because the keywords and the picture status very helpful in Google. Google doesn't like oddly colored backgrounds, patterned backgrounds that are photographs and are busy. They want to be able to focus just on the product itself and not really distract the customer from anything else. So advertise offline. Now, this one is huge. It's not popular at all. People are like, I'm in online business because I don't like doing business offline, which is, what are you going to do? Um, so I would highly recommend you start investing in business cards and flyers. Flyers aren't really an investment because you'll just print them up on your printer. You'll use your local paper, your local ink. So it's not like it's an out of pocket cost, but your business cards will be, regardless whether or not you go down to your local Office Depot or you get them online from a company like Vistaprint. You're going to spend a little bit of money on them, but it's money well spent. You're going to want to have your store on there, and you're going to want to have one of those IRQ codes on there. They so people can scan the code from your card and go directly to your eBay store. And you're going to want to put the same thing on your flyers as well. Maybe in later videos, I'll do a quick walkthrough on how to create these things so that you can use them to advertise offline. Now, the big thing with the business cards and the flyers, the flyers especially, you're going to be talking to the people who have already bought something from you. And as you ship out the order, you're going to put the flyer in with their order. And you might want to give them like more than one copy, maybe one or two copies. Don't get obnoxious. Don't be sending them 10 copies at a time. No one's going to appreciate that. But one copy they keep for themselves, one copy they can pass off to a friend, maybe even put a business card in there for their wallet. Okay. I would seriously recommend doing something like that because it will really help your business. You always want to stay top of mind to your customers, and you want to communicate with them often. You want to send them coupons. Um, you want to have sales often on your inventory, just to keep eBay sending your customers notifications about you to keep in front of them. And you can even, when you're sending the coupons to the people who have bought from you previously, that's all done electronically on eBay's platform. The flyers, hard copy flyers, are you going a little bit above and beyond to try not only capture that return business from the customer who purchased from you, but you're also going to want to do it so that they can refer you and recommend you to their friends and family and pass on your flyers to them. So you're going to want to make them attractive. Don't be obnoxious. Humor always goes over real big, but don't use an obnoxious humor because you don't want to offend your customers. You want them coming back. You want them recommending their friends, and this will increase your sales. It may take a little bit of time for you to get out there, especially if your sales are slow now. Now, the business cards, you're going to want to use the business cards offline. So, like, if you're at an estate sale and you just bought all their comic books or something, you're at a Goodwill store, you're at someone's garage sale, wherever you are, even just talking to people, people ask me all the time, what do you do? I tell them I'm a reseller, their face goes blank. They don't know what that is. They've never even heard the term before. It's not a well-known term. I think it's mostly an online term. And even then, people who are reselling are basically the ones who use the term reseller. So just kind of keep that in mind. So when you're out there talking to people and you're telling them, hey, if you get more of this in, give me a call, and then you hand them your card. Okay, this is super important. Now the card has that little code on it. They take the picture of the code with their phone, and boom, they're in your store. They can see all the stuff you sell. Now here's the interesting thing: if you sell common products like I do, media, books, collectible comic books, um, trade paperback books, action figures, movies, television series. Uh, the list goes on and on and on. Collectible glassware. things that people are going to be like, hey, I need to buy that. And they're going to type it in and boom, this is what they want to buy. If you're selling these really common things, these everyday things people talk about every day, you will do well. You will make a lot of money. And if you learn how to sell wholesale to other people, you're going to make even more money. This is super important. Um, you might have a bunch of stuff that you don't relate to very well. You don't have a whole lot of fun selling it, but somebody else might. Even because you have so many of them, you might start out a 100, 150, 200 item store for someone. Let's say you've got, 200, 500 Beanie Babies, and you hate those things. You don't really want to work with them. You don't want to list them. You don't have fun looking them up. It's just a lot of dull, painstaking work for yourself because you don't relate to the product. It's not your passion. However, someone out there might adore those TY Beanie Babies, and they're always out looking for the ones, and the newer they are, the more they want them. And all of yours have tags on them. And you're out there telling people what you buy. You can also tell them what you have. People will tell you whether or not they're also selling on eBay. A lot of them are very proud that they're doing so. Um, and you tell them, here's my business card. Let me know if you're ever looking for something. Right now, I have a huge load of Beanie Babies that I'm looking to get rid of quick. Boom, you're going to run into that one person who really wants them. And you guys haggle back and forth a little bit and make a deal. They come pick them up. You've cleared out a bunch of space so you can get something that you're really interested in and sell something that's fun for you. And you've just started someone out by giving them a great deal. You've made a little money. They're going to make a little money. And it's a win-win situation. So you always want to be ready and willing to sell wholesale. Don't be afraid to talk about your business. There's nothing to lose. Now, I told you guys, if you stay to the very end, I was going to give you the one thing that boosted my eBay sales more so than any other single thing I've ever used. So this was before COVID. It was a while ago. And my sales were in the pits. Of course, it was the middle of summertime. It was a very hot July. All the beaches and public pools, parks, crowded. Hardly anyone hanging out at home. Hardly anyone sitting on their phone shopping for stuff. Everyone's out doing summertime stuff. It's the middle of July. A lot of people are on vacation with their entire families. Again, not a lot of online shopping happening. So it was one of the worst slumps I've ever seen in my entire life. And I was reading some articles and books about um, Facebook advertising. Yes, Facebook advertising. Now, here's the thing. You probably get kind of upset with me because I said a lot of this is going to be, with no out-of-pocket costs. And honestly, this is very true. Most of these things I've told you about, there's not really an out-of-pocket cost except for maybe the flyers and business cards. But still, I mean, if you do it right, you could get them out and going for less than $30 for both of them. And it'll get you, well on your way in communicating with people and promoting your business like a professional. But the Facebook ads, it's like nothing I've ever seen before. So basically, I took one of the things I was selling. Oh gosh, it was a football jersey, and honestly, I can't remember the team. I don't remember the person, and I'm very sorry for not remembering those details. It was quite a few years ago since I've done this, but it was amazing, and I'm actually going to do it again because May has been incredibly slow for me. May has been one of the slowest months I've had in the last 16 months, I would say. And that happens sometimes. But I don't want it to be a trend. I don't want it to continue. So I've noticed if I throw a lot of traffic at my eBay store, things tend to happen. And this is what happened for me the last time I did this. I spent, it was basically 20 bucks a week, $80 a month. Okay. And it was the one listing. And then I waited 12 days and I did another listing. And I think the other listing was a collectible Mickey Mouse doll. And it was one of the, like the tall ones. It was like 16 inches tall. And it had its hands and feet covered in plastic. It was very clean. It looked new. But of course, it wasn't new. It didn't come with its own, all the packaging and stuff. It had obviously been opened, but you couldn't see any real signs of handling or wear, even dirt, nothing like that. I mean, the person must have, they bought it, they took it out of the box, they put it up on a shelf, and they made sure it stayed clean every day. So, it's great when people take care of their collectibles and you can get them for a good deal. Um, and I did that for, the rest of the ad run for the 30 days. And my sales, at first, it was real slow. I'd sell a little bit of here, I'd sell a little bit there. Then it started coming in quicker, and then quicker, and then quicker. And the funny thing is, those items I advertised, they sold. And I didn't know a lot about tracking back then. So I don't know if they sold just by pure luck or if the ads had anything to do with it. But I noticed my sales going steadily up and up and up and up. And I noticed more and more traffic coming to my store from this Facebook ad. So I thought it was pretty amazing. I really enjoyed it. Advertising hard products on Facebook is a great way to advertise on Facebook. A lot of people will try to advertise how to make money online and stuff like that, and they'll get their Facebook account suspended. They'll lose their advertising privileges on Facebook, things of that nature, depending on the program, the opportunity that they're trying to promote. Facebook, Google, Instagram, these companies tend to be really hard on making money opportunities, I guess, because some of them are kind of scammy. That's for another subject time. It's for another time. The Facebook advertising though, for just a little bit of money that I put out there, I was making so much more back. It was really one of the greatest things. It was one of the first times I went over $3,000 in sales on eBay. I was so excited. Hands were shaking, packing those orders. Um, and it worked really well. I didn't have to advertise again until recently now. I'm feeling the need that I need to advertise more on Facebook. And I'm looking at YouTube as another viable option for advertising as well. I really need to put my store, my eBay store link at the bottom of all these videos, just so that you guys can come to my store and see what the heck I'm talking about. But the important thing is when people go to your store, you don't want to be niched down hardcore, because if you are, you really want to specify your advertising options in Facebook. Facebook is such an advertising machine that it will let you drill down to exactly the type of person you're trying to speak to. I mean, you can pick the person's sex, their age, their where they live, um, a bunch of other factors I don't even know off the top of my head. You're just going to have to get in there and experience it for yourself. Um, as I do more Facebook advertising projects, I will do demonstration videos to really show you guys specifically how I'm doing it. The important thing is to advertise one specific item. Don't try to advertise your whole store, just one specific item. And then when you're looking at the type of people you want to advertise to, their age categories and stuff like that, you want it to relate as closely to the product that you're selling as possible. Now you're going to say, well, Chris, what's going to happen when they come to the site and I don't have that item no more? They're going to look at your other things. And if you're like me and you have a bunch of other general items that people search for every single day, chances are they might buy something. Maybe not the first time they see the ad, maybe not the second time they see the ad, but the fourth, fifth time they see the ad, boom, they might be a customer. And if you're doing it like I'm doing it and communicating with them and giving them reasons to come back to your store, a coupon here, a coupon there, a discount here sale, a discount there sale, that type of thing. eBay loves when you do that. They love when you communicate with the customers. They even have a newsletter place where you can do that, and you can have your own newsletter off eBay site that people can sign up to. You just can't solicit that on eBay site. You'll get banned real quick. But you can send them paper flyers and business cards with an information on how they can sign up to your newsletter and what are the benefits they get when they do. People love discounts. If you give them a 10% for life discount on everything you sell, regardless of your sale, you'll have a customer for life. And they'll sign up for your newsletter, and you'll be able to communicate with them outside of eBay's uh, platform. And it's perfectly legal, and you won't get banned. So there you have it. The Facebook ad bonus was the big thing I hoped you guys get, because I come from the early days of internet marketing from 2010 going forward. And back then, a lot of people used traffic exchanges and safe list mailers. And I got to tell you, that is not the way to increase your sales. You're going to be very frustrated with the results, and you're going to be very upset, and you're going to waste a lot of time and a lot of money. However, with Facebook ads, it's something that once you set it, you can basically forget it. The payment, you pay them, I want to say once or twice a month. I really forget. It wasn't a big deal because it was an automatic thing that happened behind the scenes. It wasn't nothing I had to be aware of. And like I said, the results are so good, I'm going to do it again. And I'm looking at YouTube as another way for advertising and boosting and increasing sales. So I will keep you guys posted in all the efforts going forward. And hopefully, my results, you'll be able to copy my actions and have very similar results for yourself. That is the dream. That is what's going on. This is the end of our video presentation. I hope you got some good information from here. Don't forget to connect with me on Facebook, Twitter, um, YouTube, comment, like, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And definitely have a great day and have fun.